Before we begin, last month I launched a new product for women on the go called the Rest Without Guilt audio series. It is on sale until the end of this month. It is on sale to the end of this month, meaning it is $27 right now, and the original price is $47. So I just want to put that out there while I am here sharing this with you. Give me 1 second and I will get started on our topic. For those who are coming in, welcome. I'm so glad you're here with me tonight. We're talking about something really important that many high achieving women experience but don't always say out loud. Now, before I get started on the topic, let me introduce myself in case you don't know who I am. I'm Reynelda Jones. I am a holistic mental health therapist, and I'm located in the greater Grand Rapids, Michigan area, where I specialize in working with women entrepreneurs and women leaders who are experiencing burnout, chronic stress, anxiety, and some trauma. So if you're joining me today, I want to say thank you. If you're new to my page or my channel, I want to say thank you. And if you have been here all along, thank you so much for the support. So thank you. So tonight we are focusing on healthy success. That is the theme of this month. Healthy success, running the business without running yourself down. Because somewhere along the lines, many of us were taught that success requires sacrifice, especially sacrifice of our rest, of our peace, and sometimes even our health, whether it's a mental or physical. But I want you to, I want to challenge that tonight. What if success didn't have to come with that cost? Now, before I get started, if you haven't yet, I want to pause here. Make sure you grab something for hydration, because I always do. Grab pencil, paper, or something to type on, because these notes are going to be for you. So, before I get started, let me know where you're watching this video. Where are you watching this video? And if I'm not able to see your responses right away, I will get to them as soon as I can. Where are you watching this video? If I don't respond right away, I'll make sure to respond after I get off the video, depending on what Facebook allows me to see. So where are you watching this video? I'm in the Grand Rapids, Michigan area. And where are you? All right. And before we really dig into our topic tonight, I want you to drop one word in the comments about how you've been feeling lately. One word. So it could be like overwhelmed. It can be hopeful. It can be motivated. It can be tired. Let me know what you are feeling today. Hello, we have someone in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Hi, Dad, I see you there. And we have someone located all the way in Missouri. I'm glad you're able to join me. Okay, so again, drop one word in the comments about how you've been feeling lately. Maybe it's overwhelmed. Maybe it's tired, motivated, numb, hopeful, whatever it is, just type that one word. Let me see what you got. Sleepy. Oh, sounds like someone needs rest. Okay. That's a good one. All right. Can you let me know if I'm freezing up on you? Because Or maybe not. I'm trying to watch it also because of the glitches I've been having. Some of the glitches that I've been having. Okay, I think we often misunderstand burnout. And it's not just being tired, even though it might include being sleepy. But burnout is what happens when your nervous system has been in the go mode for so long without enough recovery. And it can show up as mental fog, irritability, emotional numbness, feeling unmotivated, struggling to rest even when you are finally able to stop. And what makes it tricky is that many people, especially if you're a high achiever, you do great things, don't stop when they feel like those signs are there or they see those signs. They just keep pushing harder or they work through them and they'll address it later. But your body doesn't ignore that. It keeps the score. It keeps that information. So here's a question I have for you. What is one sign your body gives you when you're getting overwhelmed? What is one sign your body gives you when you are getting overwhelmed? I know a sign for me might be I'm really short with how I speak with someone. Or maybe an eye starts twitching. Now, other people may not see the twitch, but like, you know how you feel like nerve jumping in your eye? That's a sign for me that I'm getting overwhelmed. So what is one sign your body gives you when you're getting overwhelmed? Okay, that you're feeling hopeful this week. Great. Okay. Well, one of the biggest misconceptions about burnout recovery is that it has to be something dramatic. It has to be this huge change, and it really doesn't have to be that. A lot of healing actually starts with very small, simple shifts, and I like to call those micro habits. Have you heard of micro habits before? You may have seen other videos that I have done where I talked briefly about micro habits, and you may have maybe read a blog article of mine, or the Rest Without Guilt audio reset also talks about micro habits. But I'll give you some example of what micro habits are. So for those who are watching this, in case you are new to it, so micro habits are things like pausing before jumping to the phone in the morning, taking a few deep breaths before switching tasks, drinking water before you drink caffeine, stepping outside of fresh air between responsibilities, and actually eating without multitasking. These are small, tiny habits that can make major shifts if we just do them a little at a time. They may seem very small. And I know a lot of high achieving people that I work with want things to be big, but that is actually causing problems in the recovery process of burnout. So we need to send a message to our bodies that I am safe and I can slow down now. And what helps our bodies and our nervous system to understand this better is repetition of safety. It is not repetition of perfection, repetition of safety. Okay, Janice says that she gets fidgety. That's how her body shows her that she's overwhelmed. And Brady Jones says he loves this. Okay, great. So remember, when we take on a lot of things and our body's telling us that we're overwhelmed, we're not doing ourselves favors. We're not recovering from that burnout, right? We need to inform our body that it is safe to slow down. It is safe to slow down. And there are also deeper grounding practices that can help regulate stress stored in the body. things like breath work, things like acupuncture, journaling, and intentional rest. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Intentional rest, because burnout isn't just a mental health issue, it's a physical whole body issue. It lives in the body. So here's my question to you. I'll give you some seconds to really look into it and reflect. What is one small thing you already do that helps you reset during the day? What is one small thing you already do that helps you reset during the day? What I like to do during the day, which is a small step, is between clients, I try to make sure that I get up and take a few steps around my office space or stretch. Because a lot of times I am sitting when I'm working with clients, especially winter, springtime. So I get up, stretch between clients, take a few steps. That's my reset. What is a small step that you already do that helps you reset during the day? Okay, Janice says that she exercises. Looks like Mary says she gets sleepy. Oh, she says go for a walk. Okay, good. These are good. Very good. So you're already doing some habits that are maybe small things, but they make major changes. Good work. Okay, I want to talk about success for a moment, because a lot of people are achieving goals while secretly running on fumes, and that is not sustainable. Healthy success looks different. It looks like knowing when to stop, knowing when to take a pause, not needing to earn rest, and knowing that being part of the human society means that rest is a part of life. Having boundaries without guilt. Success can also look like listening to your body before it forces you to listen. Listen to your body before it forces you to take a seat. And protecting your energy like it matters, because it does. Okay, we got some other examples of micro habits that people already do. So Janice says that she sings. I also know you play the piano. So music is an outlet, yes. And then Brady Jones says he gets out of the chair and walk around the room. Okay, so you guys already have some of these habits for success. You're already off to a great start. All right, so it doesn't mean, these examples here are great, because it doesn't mean you have to powerhouse at the gym. You don't have to collapse. You don't have to get extra sweat, even though those can be good. They can also work against your body when it comes to recovering from burnout. You don't have to prove you've worked hard enough. And you don't have to wait until burnout is so extreme to make changes. My job as a therapist working with women who are experiencing burnout is to get the signs before you get to a point where you're just not capable of doing anything anymore. So preventative care, that's what we call it. All right, I have a question for you to reflect on. You can do this quietly or you can do this in the chat. What would change if I stopped treating exhaustion like it's normal? What would change if I stopped treating exhaustion like it's normal? What would change if I stopped treating exhaustion like it was normal? Excuse me. What would change if I stopped treating exhaustion like it's normal? Some of you have great micro habits. For those who don't know, I also like to sing too. I go for walks too, do a little bit of exercise. So you're already incorporating things. I'm just so proud of each and every one of you. All right, one of the most important parts of burnout recovery is learning how to protect your energy moving forward. So maybe you have the micro habits, but you don't know how to protect your energy throughout. And it's not just recovering, but really changing the pattern from here on out. And that can look like setting limits on overworking, right? It could be building rest into your schedule like it matters, because it does. Or noticing what drains you versus what restores you. Or asking for support instead of carrying everything alone. So for myself, just an example, I had to set a time for me to stop working. As an entrepreneur, I don't really have the structure that tells me when to stop and start. I had to create that time, and I had to follow through on that. And on Sundays, once a month, I do a live. So this is part of my work too, right? This is not therapy, but I do a live. But I'm only allowing myself to do it once a month. In the beginning, when I first started my business, I probably came on live a lot more often. I recognize that putting in the work and communicating with people can sometimes be draining for me, because depending on who I'm around, I'm more introverted. but I also do love doing this. But it also can drain my energy. So I decided I will do this, but I have a limit to how much I do this. So I decided to reclaim my energy. That's how I'm doing that, because I noticed what drained me, and I also noticed what restores me. Okay, so what I'm seeing, Janice says her mood. Is that for the question previous? What would change? Okay, so Janice answered, what would change if I stopped treating exhaustion like it was normal? And she said her mood would change. Okay. And then Enid, welcome Enid. She said my no would be in rotation way more often. Brady said my health will go downhill. Okay, if you stop treating exhaustion like it's normal, or are you saying when you do accept it, that is not normal? Okay, but I think I understand what you're saying. Mary said I will be more restful and enjoy life more. Yes. Enos is, yes, there's fire that fuels and fire that burns. Absolutely. And Janice said, getting in the habit of asking for help when needed. Yes. And I have had several people this week come into my office to say they would not ask for help because it's a sign of weakness. And I'm going to tell you that actually asking for help, if we do a mind shift, can do so much for yourself, because it takes bravery, which is a strength, to ask somebody for support. And maybe that person is not able to provide support. They may not be the best person for support. So we take that as data and we move forward for the next step. And that's all we can do. It's a learning experience. Okay, so you guys see that you have some micro habits, but there's things that you can improve on moving forward. And one is reclaiming your energy. Now, in case we missed, even though I read those examples, you may have been typing. So I'm just going to read those examples again of what learning how to protect your energy could look like moving forward. That can look like setting limits on overworking, building rest into your schedule, noticing what drains you versus what restores you, asking for support instead of carrying everything alone. And I want to be very clear, I mentioned this earlier, but I want to be very clear that needing support is not a weakness. It takes an act of bravery to do it. So that actually means it is a strength, okay? And when we start doing things to protect our energy, it's a form of regulation. It's a form of care for ourselves. And it's also maintenance for your body and your mind. Let's see. Sign of relief. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. We can teach people to have unrealistic expectations of us. Yes, we certainly can. So it's good for us to have great micro habits and also knowing how to move forward with those micro habits. And that might be how we allow people to treat us, or how we've allowed people to perceive us based on what we're doing. Those things are very important. Now, if this conversation is resonating with you today, I want to offer you a starting point. I created the Burnout Recovery Starter Kit email series to help you begin creating more space for clarity and healthier rhythms in your life. Generally, when you sign up for that email list, the first thing you will get is a self-care guide download. And then there's a few other worksheets or other tips that can help you start adding some small practical steps into your day. That doesn't mean you have to add more to your day. It's things that you're probably already doing, but recognizing them as small, tiny habits. And you can access that through the link that I'll provide in the comments later. Now, if you realize that burnout has been showing up deeper in deeper ways than you actually thought, and you want more personalized support, I also offer therapy sessions and therapy intensives. In therapy, we can focus on calming your nervous system, understanding burnout patterns, rebuilding boundaries, learning how to rest without guilt, and reconnecting with yourself again, and also incorporating not just traditional talk therapy, but also other holistic approaches that let your body know it's safe and that wellness is not just mental health, it is whole body health as well. For therapy, though, these are some of the restrictions. I currently serve clients who are only located in Michigan, New Jersey, and Vermont. So you have to be physically in those states, Michigan, New Jersey, and Vermont. But I didn't forget about anyone else that is outside of there. If you're located outside of those states, you can start with the Burnout Recovery Starter Kit. And I have other resources like products on my website, asolutionb.com, products that I provide that are still available to support you from anywhere you are. And some are downloadable, they're easily accessible. I have a cookbook for mood and mental health. And I have journal prompts. I have a lot of things to help support you overall. So, hey, if you can't get me as a therapist, there's a ton of other ways that I can help support you. And you can start by going to my website, asolutionb.com. Anything else? Oh, Ian said, I think we all have micro habits, but they don't all support us in healthy ways. That's probably correct. And that's one of the things that we need to pay attention to as far as what is, again, restoring us and what is not restoring us or taking some of our energy. I think that will be one of the key questions that we should ask ourselves. And restoring our energy could be, even though it may help you cope, is it healthy for you, right? But, if you need more micro habits, I have blog articles that actually cover some micro habit ideas. And if you feel like, hey, I need someone to help me or support me, or I need someone that can hold me more accountable, guess who that is? That is me. Okay. All right. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight. If anything landed with you, I want you to take that with you. You don't have to run yourself down to the ground to be successful. Healthy success is possible, and it starts with how you treat yourself in everyday moments. So before I log off, though, I'm going to wait a few seconds because I want you to drop one word you're choosing more of this season. One word you're choosing more of this season. Maybe it's peace, maybe it's rest, could be boundaries, balance, whatever feels right. What is one word you're choosing more of this season? One word you're choosing more of this season. One word. Don't get me singing on here now. What's one word you're choosing more of this season? My moods. Yes. Peace. Yes. Yes. These are things you can choose. You have more power than you think. Those are beautiful. Thank you for giving great information. Oh, you're so welcome. And I'm so glad each and every one of you are here today. And I am hoping, sending vibes and energy your way and prayers that you find the peace that you're looking for, that your mood changes the way that you hope and pray that it does. And feel free to reach out. These videos stay live on Facebook for 30 days, but I also do move them over to my YouTube channel. So these things, all this information is always available to you. Thank you for joining me, and it was so good spending time with you this evening, and I hope to see you next month for our next live.